Today, we talk about the book study method. Now, we've been talking about the different ways to study the Bible. There are quite a number I've done, so please go back and look at those ones as we continue today. There's a kind of biblical literacy that is wide but not deep, a familiarity with many parts of the Bible, a comfort with well-known verses, and a general sense of the Bible's overall story, but without spending real time with one book to see how God works out his message all the way through. Every book of the Bible was written as a unified whole. Paul did not write Ephesians as a collection of memorable quotes. He wrote it as a carefully constructed letter with a coherent message from beginning to the end. And reading it as anything less than that causes the reader to miss the context that brings out what each verse is saying. The book study method commits to one book of the Bible for an extended period, weeks or even months, with the goal of understanding it completely before moving on. The study begins with reading the whole book in a single sitting, or to read it at once from beginning to end, to gain a sense of its overall message, its flow and its tone. From there, the reader moves into detailed examination of each section, identifying the themes the author returns to repeatedly, the questions being addressed in that book, the audience being spoken to, and the progression of the thought from the opening verse to the closing one. Background study makes this much clearer and easier to get the intended message. Understanding who wrote the book, to whom, under what historical circumstances, and with what intention transforms the way the text reads. Romans reads differently when you understand the tension between Jewish and Gentile believers in the Roman church. For example, the book of James reads differently when you understand the scattered and suffering community Apostle James was writing to. The book study method produces believers who read the Bible the way it was written, as a sustained, purposeful, spirit-inspired communication from God to his people. And that kind of attentiveness is one of the habits that impacts and changes a disciple the most. So when you read the Bible study method, or the book Bible study method, is that you take one book, can be Philippians, can be Genesis, can be Mark, any book of the Bible. You take it, the first thing to do is you read it from beginning to end, and then you come back, start from chapter 1, you begin to read it verse by verse by verse. You understand? As you are reading it, you are trying to find out what the overall book is saying. So each verse must relate to the overall book. Each book has a central message. Matthew, for instance, reveals Jesus as the promised Messiah, the King. You understand? John reveals him as divine, as God in flesh. So each book, so every miracle that was done in the book of John was to reveal the divinity of God in flesh. So every book of the Bible has that central theme that it is saying, and each verse amplifies that. So that's what you gain when you read the Bible. You take one book and you spend time to read it from the beginning to the end. Praise the Lord. Of course, concordance, commentaries, Bible software, a lot of Bible study apps, full-blown Bible study, PC softwares and macOS softwares that you can use to help in all of this. And when you are reading this you read even commentaries and books about, that particular book you are reading. So it's a lot, but it will definitely, any method you choose has the potential to impact your life if you do it correctly. God bless you. I'll see you in the next one.